No. Hello everybody. So today I'll be trying. I was supposed to actually watch the movie yesterday. I ended up doing it. So I'm gonna try my best. I love this movie, by the way. So anyway, here is Avalon High. We're so high. Anyway, so Avalon High was my favorite movie. I love it. It's one of the few movies that I liked growing up on Disney Channel. Aside from the Camp Rocks and the High School Musicals, Avalon High. I was a fan. Anyway, Avalon High starts with a girl who has two parents. Lucky her, no other parents is gone, dead, that broke the mold. So there are two parents. I think they are history something. They do something with history, right?
We're professors of medieval literature, Allie. It's our job.
Particularly King Arthur history. It's not as an accurate portrayal of the Harry Potter of the King Arthur spear. This movie, I think some along the lines of that. If I get confused, I'll go to the internet. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what her parents do. I think they are somewhat history-based as people. I think they write the textbook of the King Arthur story. I don't know. There's somewhere there. So they've moved a lot due to their job. They are historian, investigator, something like that, whatever. So this is her. I don't know her whatever school. She's hoping to finish her high school career in the school.
So we're staying?
Yes, now, we know that 3 years is a long time.
So she goes to Avalon High. The movie starts with her going to school, starting at home and whatever, discussing, I'm going to school at Avalon High. Hope this school is great. It has great history, but they don't tell her yet. So she goes to Avalon High, she goes to school. I don't think she comes across the popular kids as of yet, but she doesn't have a car. Does she have a car? I don't know if she has a car. Then she bumps into this guy who's, when there are nerds in these movies that are also mean, it's counterintuitive and it's really boring me. But she bumps into this guy who ends up being her friend at the end. He's just rude to her because he dropped his books, if I'm not mistaken. Then they go to the first class, I think it's homeroom, and they meet. She meets her homeroom teacher, if I'm not mistaken. He's also into this life, right? This King Arthur stuff. So they meet there. Then she sees Mason. What's this guy's name in real life? Let me see. I mean, in the movie. Pause. Action. I read some of it. So his name is Will. Okay, so his name is Will. He has a girlfriend, Allie, and what's the friend's name? I forgot the friend's name, but I need to get the friend's name. Let me get the friend's name real quick. Marco.
Hello!
Marco.
Hello!
No, not Marco. What's his friend's name? Lance. Yeah, Lance? I think it's Lance, whatever. So he has a friend group, Will. They go to school. He sees Allie coming in. They get acquainted in that school, in that class, and then they assigned history. They assigned something. What are they assigned? They get us a project with Miles, the guy that I said they end up being best friend, the nerd / they get there. He's not. I don't remember this movie. He's not quite acquainted yet because he's like, oh my gosh, I need to work with her sister, new girl, but she's quite nice. So yeah, they get to that, and then he first goes to her home because she is similar. She's close to people who also investigate or research this type of project that they do.
They also wrote the textbook we'll be using this semester when we learn about King Arthur. And
so they have a lot of books at her home. She invites Miles to come to her home so they can go through the material. So the teacher also knows that unabazali who know the history of King Arthur, right? So they get assigned to that. They start getting close, and then the teacher, not necessarily ask her, but ask her indirectly on how to require for her to borrow him a book that he wants to read, a very thick book about King Arthur. So he just vaguely just mentions that, and then Ellie gives him the book. I know I'm skipping, right? I'm skipping. There's still a party that Ellie goes to in Will's home, and she doesn't tell Miles, and Miles gets upset that she went to the party, if I'm not mistaken. And then she starts getting visions of the King Arthur stuff, Will gets close to Ellie because they're very nice. Will is the popular guy who plays rugby. Football. Is it rugby or football? I think it's rugby. But he's a very nice, popular man. So that goes on, and Will has a stepbrother who's not really nice, who's introverted, rude, mean, always all black. Oh, typical. So he's not really the nicest. And then as they're going through and getting along with the project, they start to envision the reincarnation of King Arthur being Will and Ellie and stuff, and the brother. They keep on suspecting the brother is doing malicious things for Will and against Will and stuff like that. Great, right? So weird things are happening as time goes. Should I do this movie? Because I don't remember the movie. Okay, scratch everything I just said. I'm just gonna tell you what I remember the movie. I'm not gonna tell you what happens in the movie, like I did with the previous video. Okay, or the previous video, whatever it is. So what I vaguely remember of this movie is that Ellie goes to a new school called Avalon High. She gets assigned a project with the not necessarily enemy, but not so nice friend named Miles. She has a teacher, a homeroom teacher, a history teacher who's also involved and would love to borrow a book from the family, right? But he doesn't straight up ask her for that book, but he encourages in a way to by her own self to borrow him that book, lend him that book. Is that the proper English? Whatever, né? So he gets a hand on that book. In the meantime, Will is not doing well in his sports, right? He plays rugby or football, whatever it is. He starts to get acquainted with Ellie. He just loves her company and how nice she is. They run a few times. I think she discovers, or vice versa, Guti, she runs in the morning in the woods. Girl, you're a girl and you're running in the woods. Okay? And they run together and they come across something, and he tells her about how they became friends with the three of them, and it just tells a little bit of his life story and stuff like that. So they start to run together in the morning. That's how the friendship, Ellie's side's friendship with Will. Miles doesn't particularly like Will, and I don't know why he doesn't like him, but I think he just doesn't like the whole football rugby thing. So he gets jealous of that relationship at the same time. And the brother of the stepbrother of Will's also like sour grapes, right? Sour lemon in the face. So he's portrayed as someone who's not really nice, who doesn't really like Will. He doesn't like that the parents got together and they got married. So he's just standoffish and wears a lot of black. Emphasis of the villain, right? And then eventually Will introduces Ellie to the other two of his best friend, girlfriend, and best friend, I forgot the name. And then they invite her to a party. In the meantime, she's starting to get these visions of King Arthur, and she's more and more believing that Will might be the reincarnation of King Arthur because of the hierarchy of the school, and he plays rugby and stuff like that. So they invite her to the party. I think also Miles comes eventually to the party as well. He's not really liked at school. He's common bullied at school. So that's what's going on. And then Ellie suspects more and more that Will's best friend and girlfriend are like, yeah, well, they are clicking. So she goes to this party and then she backers them kissing. And they run after her. I'm like, please don't tell Will. We want to tell him on our side. And it's like, hey, no, it's none of my business. He's a nice boy. He's a nice guy. He's nice to me. Please figure it out, because this is not it. It's not it that you are cheating with cheating on your boyfriend with literally each other's best friend, you know what I mean? So she does that and she leaves the party, and then Will on the next day or whatever, how many days, actually because they run together, they come and it's like, how you left the party early, what's going on? And she's like, oh, I was just sick, you know what I'm saying? She also ran to with Miles on the way, and she told him stuff like that. So yeah, they continue the friendship. It's awkward now between the three of them because she knows the secret that they're keeping away from me. Just imagine you're three, but don't date within the friend group. I told you before this, don't date. Anyway, so that's happening. Things get more and more intense with her realizing Will is the King Arthur of the stuff. Okay, so Will, and then there's a not necessarily a praxis match, but there's like a match, the rugby match, right? The teacher has the book. She returns the book a few days later, and he thanks her for the book and stuff. So then Allie and Miles are still relatively, they're still like doing the whole research stuff. She asks her parents, I feel like Will might be the reincarnation of Will because and they don't dismiss her because they're also in this line of work. So they also and then they finally reveal to her, the reason why we came to this town and you going to this school is because of, we assume it's good. So it's whole thing because there's solar eclipse coming. So that's why we took the school. And she's not really mad because she's quite enjoying the school and the friends. It's very nice. It's a nice school for her. So they go to a rugby match, or a pre-rugby match or something. It's raining. And then, no, I'm lying. Isn't that towards the end of the movie? I think that was towards the end of the movie. I don't remember. So Will still doesn't know that best friend Yak and girlfriend are together, but I'm skipping a lot throughout, but who cares? So Ellie and Miles are content thinking that Will's step brother is Mordred. That's the only one I know because I remember from the notes. Mordred, right? Meaning the bad guy in the King Arthur realm story that he's trying to, stuff. So before the main rugby match, now we fast forwarding to the ending. When we go to the rugby match, because he had some confidence issues leading up to the main event of the rugby match. So when things hit the fan, when they finally come to the conclusion Will is the reincarnation of King Arthur and it's going to happen during the solar eclipse, moonlight, shooting of the stars stuff, right? They follow Will, right? They follow Will into the parking lot, or or is it driving lot, whatever it is, and the best friend and the girlfriend still hasn't told Will. So they go after she has told her parents about Will and her inklings. They go after reading a book, also revealing, hey, it's gonna happen tonight. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, that whole thing. She sees him go inside before the big game. And then they are sitting, waiting for him to come. He doesn't show. And then, so Allie leaves and he comes across the best friend and he's like, hey, he's not there. We told him before the game, we are together. Really, my guy? This is a huge match for all of you. And now you're going to confess that you guys are dating before your big match? Great. And Ellie's like, serious. I don't know what you remember or her reply is. So she goes and finds him, and she sees him on the floor by the stage, one of those stage production things. So she's there, and it's like, Will, I'm your savior. Come here, Will. And she finds him. It's like, I don't know how I ended up here, or something like that. And then the stepbrother comes from the shadows, and we're like, oh my gosh, she's like shielding him. it turns out actually it's the teacher all along. That's the Mordred. He's the bad guy. And then they do this whole battle, and then it's also revealed that she's technically King Arthur, Ali, and not Will. Excalibur to the Excalibur! And then they fight in this makeup land and stuff like that. And then it's revealed but actually the stepbrother is the protector of Will. He's part of the whatever Will to protect him, because he also thought Will is King Arthur. My goodness me. He didn't hate you. You just misunderstood him. You just misunderstood him. But anyway, so they fight to the brink, and then they defeat the teacher, and then they go outside. They win the match after that, and Will's not mad at Ali and Will is not mad at the best friend and the girlfriend getting together, because all along where he felt off with their relationship. So everything is fine. Is that? Oh, I thought there was. Everything is fine, right? So they win the match, and Ali and they invite Ellie and Miles into their friend group, along with Mordred, which is the stepfather. Why do I keep saying stepfather? The stepbrother, into the table, the round table of King Arthur, and they all take out their swords like, zing, and then the movie ends there. I don't know if Ellie and Will end up dating or they're just close friends. I don't know. How I took it back then, I thought they were just friends, like real close friends. So everyone is welcome. So I liked this one. Good, there was no bullying, there was no mean people. Will was not a crazy old hypocritical, like arrogant. It was such a breath of fresh air out of all the movies they had prior to that movie. We had the High School Musicals, the Camp Rocks, always the Mean Girl stuff. I forgot a few other movies that came before Avalon High. So when I got the chance to watch Avalon High, I was excited, I was happy. I loved this movie. So I need to watch it while I'm editing this video. But that's the gist of Avalon High, okay? Mason did his thing in this movie, and Brittany something, that's her name, né? Brittany something. So the teacher went to school back at the theater with Mr. Moore, gather round table, and it's so it was a very nice movie. All is well with Avalon High. Thank you so much for watching, I guess, and I'll see you next time.